Hello and welcome back to the channel where we talk about everything sales, marketing, tech, and just about everything in between. So in marketing news, Bud Light, once again, they're in the headlines. Either they're in serious trouble now or making another huge marketing mistake, as apparently the battered brand are paying their customers to drink their beer.
What?
What we've been witnessing can only be described as a car crash in slow motion, except instead of a car, it's a marketing campaign, and instead of passengers, it's a brand's reputation that's been careering off the rails. Ever since their partnership with trans influencer and obviously the release of a poorly worded marketing strategy direct from their marketing leadership team, the Bud Light brand have infuriated many of their conservative drinkers and are now boycotting the brand and going full Rambo, and I mean burning beer boxes and shooting cans like they're fighting for an alien invasion. While typical boycotts come and go like diets after a New Year's Eve, this one seems to have legs. So we've got political controversy, we've got outraged celebrities, and now with other brands being pulled into the fray, it's becoming a boycott bonanza. Going back to the initial statement when this all kicked off from Bud Light's CEO, who said that they never intended to be part of a discussion that divides people, that they're in the business of bringing people together over a beer. I agree this could have been useful as a statement in a marketing briefing before all of this unfolded, but now it just looks like they've accidentally stumbled into a political arena like a drunken party crasher. And they should know that the only thing that divides people more than politics is perhaps religion and arguing over who's going to pay the tab. Now, looking at the numbers, I imagine that Bud Light are not well positioned right now to do very much extravagant spending. Reports are in and sales are falling off faster than a tipsy party goer on a mechanical bull. We're talking nearly 25% year-on-year decline in sales, and reports showing Bud Light's parent company losing over $16 billion in value. So far, Bud Light sales and the marketing response, I think, has been less than inspiring, producing only a very generic Clydesdale horse advert and profit-crunching discounts in addition to military-coloured beer cans. I think this suggests that they are tentatively focusing back on their historical core audience, but haven't yet been able to produce anything meaningful. It has, however, been speculated that the new financial incentive that they're giving to the customers was actually introduced to help reduce the cost of collecting unwanted and returnable stock from retailers who are unable to sell their products, as it might be cheaper just to pay the customers to dispose of their unwanted beer. Regardless of the motivation, this is not just a red flag, this is a full-blown emergency signal. Meanwhile, rival beers like Coors Light and Miller Lite are celebrating while Bud Light is caught between a Kid Rock and an unexpected hard place. You know, left, right, up and down, they're stuck in this game of PR twister, and poor Bud Light is now doing the splits while still trying to stand on both sides of this political divide. So what will Bud Light do to recover from this PR hangover? Well, it would seem that right now they're taking their time before they make any serious moves. There's always an option for them to be silent until the storms pass, but unless you're bunkered in incredibly well, when the time comes that they do need to return, it could be difficult to predict the devastation that they'll be walking back into. So I can't see them taking this as an option. Historically, they've never seemed to fear trying anything new, so I guess they could try to embrace the chaos. And now I don't mean create a limited edition beer and calling it political punch with flavor profiles for every ideology, although you could include a conspiracy theorist craft beer which includes a scent of chemtrail. No, what I mean is that there might be weight in owning the moment, as they have an opportunity to be genuine with their audience. After scrolling through the comments and the countless memes from their past customers, it would seem that that is exactly what the customers are looking for. For Bud Light to accept the situation and decide to pick a side or clearly position themselves totally out of the fight. Alternatively, they could go back to what they're known for, follow a more wholesome or comedic route and hope that the public get bored of the boycott before any long-term damage is done. Again, I suspect that a lot of damage has already been done, and I'm anticipating that they'll find themselves somewhere between these two options. So we know that over the past 20 years, Bud Light has not just been a beer company, they've been an entertainer to us all. So this could be an opportunity for them to embrace their role as the jester in the beverage world, serving up laughter and humility in equal measure, perhaps finding a reason for all drinkers to clink their glasses and share a good chuckle once again. I don't know if it's too late, perhaps their Clydesdale horse has already bolted from the stable, but to all the other brands and business owners out there watching this spectacle unfold, I'd urge you to learn from Bud Light's misadventures. as salespeople and as marketing people and as business owners, we do need to be bold. But also we need to be aware of the minefields that come with wading into the murky waters of politics. Sometimes it's best just to sit back, crack open a cold one, and focus on running a business and letting the world sort itself out. So Bud Light, that is still the beer that dared to stir the pot and ended up in the boiling cauldron of controversy. I do hope genuinely that they find their way back into the hearts and refrigerators of customers. To get there, I think they'll need to be armed with humour, innovation, and a pint-sized serving of humility. Remember, life's too short to be serious all the time, so keep laughing, keep sipping, and cheers.